Hello, my dearest students, and a very warm welcome back. I know your exams are just around the corner, and you're all studying so hard. So, today, let's just make one chapter so incredibly simple that you're going to score full marks, guaranteed. That's right, mere pyare bachcho. I know what happens. Some of you hear the word maths and your heart starts beating a little faster. But no, bilkul nahi. You don't need to stress at all because this chapter, it's as easy as eating a warm gulab jamun. Okay, so let's dive right in. Forget all the formulas, just for a minute. We're going to start with a lovely little story from your textbook. Just look at this beautiful quilt that Preetha and Adrit's Dadima has made. Isn't it just so pretty? Now, she wants to put a nice lace border all around it. But, well, she has a tiny little problem. How much lace should she actually buy from the shop? I mean, we can't just guess, nah? If we buy too little, the quilt won't be finished. And if we buy too much, it's a waste of money. We need to find the exact length. So how are we going to help her? Well, the answer to Dadima's problem has a special name. We call it perimeter. It's just a fancy word for the total length of the boundary. You know, just imagine you're walking around a big park. The total distance you walk along the path to get right back to where you started, that's the perimeter. Simple, right? So for any shape at all, like this pentagon right here, if each side is 5 centimeters long, how do we find the perimeter? We just add them all up. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus another 5 gives us 25 centimeters. It's dumb simple. Excellent. I think you've all mastered the border, the perimeter. But wait, what about all that space inside the border? Let's go back and see what our friends Preetha and Adrit are up to now. Okay, so check this out. Preetha and Adrit are now trying to cover a table with different kinds of tiles. See here? On one table, they're using circles, and on the other, they're using squares and triangles. Now, you tell me, which shapes are covering the table completely, with absolutely no gaps in between? You can see it, right? The circles leave all these funny little empty spaces, but the squares and rectangles, they fit together perfectly. And this idea of covering a surface completely, it has its own special name too, and that name is area. Area is just the amount of space or surface that a shape covers. So if the perimeter is walking around the park, the area is all the grass inside the park. Or think about it this way. It's the amount of carpet you need to cover your entire floor. It's all the inside part. So how do we measure this inside space? Well, the easiest way to start is just by counting squares. Let's all focus on rectangle A. See all the little boxes inside? Each one is a square unit. Can you quickly count how many squares are inside that rectangle? Go on, I'll give you a second. You got it, it's 12. So the area of rectangle A is 12 square units. Well done, my brilliant students. Now, counting squares is fun, but what if the rectangle is really big? Like, imagine your entire school playground. Are you gonna sit and count thousands and thousands of squares? No way, no. For my super smart students, there's a much faster way, a super fast shortcut. And what's that shortcut called? It's called a formula. Exactly. We can just forget about that slow method of counting every single square. It's like taking a bullet cart when you can just hop on a super fast metro train. We're going to use the formula to get the answer in like 2 seconds. And here it is, the magic super fast shortcut for any rectangle. You should probably write this down. The area is simply its length multiplied by its breadth. That's all there is to it. Length times breadth. It's really just 3 easy-peasy steps. Step 1, find the length. Step 2, find the breadth. And step 3, multiply them together. If we look back at our rectangle A, the length was 3 squares and the breadth was 4 squares. And what's 3 times 4? It's 12! See? We get the exact same answer, but it's so much faster. Now, what about a square? Well, a square is just a special kind of rectangle where all the sides are equal, right? That means the length and the breadth are the same. So for the area, we just do length times length. And for the perimeter, since all 4 sides are equal, we just do 4 times the length. So easy. Okay, bachcho, listen very carefully now. This is the most important part. This is where a lot of students get a little bit confused, but you won't because you are all my star students. It's time for the final showdown, perimeter versus area. Let's just take one rectangle. okay? Its length is 6 centimeters and its breadth is 4 centimeters. First, let's find the perimeter. Remember, perimeter is the boundary, the fence. So we're just going to walk around it. 6 plus 4 plus another 6 plus another 4. What does that give us? A total of 20 centimeters.
Okay, now for that very same rectangle, let's find the area. Area is the space inside, and for that we use our super fast formula, length times breadth. So that's 6 centimeters multiplied by 4 centimeters, which gives us 24. But 24 what? Not just centimeters. It's 24 square centimeters. You have to remember the square for area. That is very, very important.
So let's just quickly recap the main differences. Perimeter is the boundary length. Area is the space inside. We measure perimeter in plain old centimeters or meters, but we measure area in square centimeters or square meters. Never, ever forget the square for area. You are all doing so well. I can tell that you understand the difference perfectly now. So let's see how we can use this knowledge to absolutely ace the exam. Let's try a question that might actually come in your paper. Okay, let's read this question carefully. The area of a rectangular garden is 64 square meters. They've also given us the length, which is 16 meters. The question wants us to find the breadth. Now don't panic, it looks tricky, but since we know the formula, this is actually very easy. We're going to solve this together, step by step, okay? First, what do we know? We know the area is 64 and the length is 16. What is our magic formula? It's area equals length times breadth. So we can just write 64 equals 16 multiplied by what? What number do you multiply by 16 to get 64? Think about your 16 times table. Come on. Yes, it's 4. So the breadth is 4 meters. See? You just solved a real exam question.
You did it. I am so proud of all of you. Ab exam mein full marks pakke. Your full marks are definitely coming. Just remember this one simple thing. The perimeter is the fence around the farm, and the area is the entire farm inside. If you remember that, you will never get confused again.
And before we go, I have one last little question for my STAR students. Just a little something to think about. Do you think it's possible for two completely different shapes to have the exact same area, but different perimeters? Give it some thought. Maybe try drawing some shapes in your notebook and see what you find out. Keep learning, keep shining, and I'll see you in our next class. Bye-bye.